then after the 5 years, they say, well, we're gonna let you drive, but we're gonna employ you.
Does that run 24? Does that run and you put the battery, put the disc in something else, or is it just?
So that's the one that say, hey, we're gonna see who did wrong and who did right.
Yeah, you could pretty much do whatever you want with it.
They had that at Swift too.
Oh, dash cam,
drive cam,
yeah.
Stuff. It's not in my truck right now, but I guess sooner or later.
Swift has cameras in the truck.
Yeah.
For the drivers or just in the trailer?
Both. Drive cam is both.
Yeah.
Out and in.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting one, a dash cam, but I don't know
but
which one
you know
to get.
what? You know what? It'll help. It'll help because if you see somebody doing something wrong, they say we professional drivers, right? So we want to take all the chances that all these people coming in and dodging in and out in the front of us.
Yeah.
So after the military, what did you do?
After the military, I was a dishwasher.
That's quite a change.
No, hey, I said I would never be a dishwasher. I grew up in a family with 8 children.
Yeah.
And you know, somebody had to wash them dishes. Someone had to wash them dishes. I said, I'd never get a job. I would never get a job washing dishes. And when I got out the military, I had got a job washing dishes, making $600 a week. $600 a week, and this is 1992.
Man, I was still in diapers.
1992. I was 32 years old in 1992.
That was Desert Storm. You got out right before Desert Storm.
I went to Desert Storm. I went to Desert Storm.
Yeah, because I graduated in '91. I was on ROTC, but I got in trouble.
I went to Desert Storm.
Kind of glad I got in trouble.
I went to Desert Storm. When I came out of Desert Storm, they sent me right back to Somalia. I served in Somalia too.
Now, what happened at CRSD?
My ignorance.
Well, you and I have something in common. CRSD was my first.
Yeah, but you know, it's a good experience, and it was good that I learned how to drive a truck, do a lot of things. But my trainer, when I went to Swift, he was a better trainer than the trainer that I had, because he showed me how to scale my truck.
Okay.
You know, scale the truck. You know, so I can make it through the scales without any problems and stuff. So you know, and that's something that Swift, the guy that trained me at Swift, he never even showed me how to scale no truck.
You mean the CRSD?
Yeah, he never showed me how to scale the truck. You know, put the truck up there. You know, you gotta have 1200 34. He never showed me that. He never even showed me.
So you like the training at Swift better?
Yeah. I like the training at Swift. The guy, you know, even though they don't pay me as much as other truck driving companies that's offering and that are paying, you know, hey, let me get this experience, and then if I choose to move on, I can move on, and I'll be confident. I have my confidence, and I can move on with
that experience
and go forward.
Yeah, usually people start with Swift just or CRSD just for a stepping stone and get the experience.
You have to pretty much nowadays.
Yeah,
I started with Swift in 2004.
Yeah.
I did my 2 years and I got out. Now
Yeah.
That's what
the guy told me. He said, get the 2 years, and then you have really.
And then
something.
anybody will hire you. If you don't wreck a truck in the 2 years, you can go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what the guy told me. So I said, well, I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna stay right here. I just reached my 1 year now, and I have 11 months to go. So I say,
well, actually, wait,
right
you already paid for the schooling, though. You went to the school somewhere else, right?
Did you have to go retrain, refresher?
No. What? I was already.
You already had your CDL.
They asked me, can I pass the driver's test, and they took me.
So if you already had the school paid off, you only have to do 1 year. Other companies will hire you in a year.
Yeah, well,
So I did it 2 years because I went through their school. So
yeah, I didn't go to this school. I didn't go to this school.
Yeah,
I had already went through Savannah Tech when I was in Georgia. Savannah Tech.
If you don't know nobody, money.
I got my school from another truck driver. The Savannah Tech.
So what's it like to be at your age, late in life, to do something that's totally different? I mean,
it's wonderful.
You like it?
It's wonderful. You get to try something that you had never done before.
The being away from the house don't bother you?
Well,
I would imagine your kids are all grown up by now, right?
yeah. It's only me and my wife.
Oh, okay.
It's only me and my wife. And it only bothers my wife because I'm out here.
Because she ain't there. You ain't there for her to yell at.
Yeah.
She needs somebody to throw something.
That and it's that, and it's the fact that she don't know where I'm at. And
You out here
and know what I'm doing.
fucking prostitutes having a good old time.
see that? Hey, you know.
That's what my ex thought. She's all out here having a grand old time. Partying up with a beer and a hooker.
You just do what you want. You just do what you want. You making money or whatever.
Now, is your wife like my wife? Every time I come home, there's an arm length of honey to-do list, like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how long it is. I don't know how long yours. Mine is. Shoot. I know what I got to do. All them old clothes that's in the closet that I can't wear no more. I need to go ahead and take them down to the Goodwill. You know, and then all the
Don't take them to Goodwill no more. Goodwill is one of the richest foundations because they get all their stuff for free and they sell it for a profit. So Goodwill doesn't Goodwill.
So
it's a
Salvation Army.
Yes.
Oh, is that a corporation?
Okay.
Is that a bit?
I gotta take it somewhere.
Goodwill has them big bins, gets all their product for free, and then sells it. And they don't donate it to HUD or housing. They don't donate it. That's their business. They're one of the wealthiest people in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Biggest fucking scam. Salvation Army does donate back. Like you can go to Salvation Army and get a couch for free because it was donated. But Goodwill will take that donated couch and sell it for $800.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought
and pocket the money.
They say, well, when you see the advertisement on TV, they say
they make it look like
when you give back to them, they making jobs for other people and stuff. just to rub you the right way, so you can.
Because we had Hurricane Sandy in Jersey, and we had the Goodwill and Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
They were making out like bandit because they were giving people vouchers, and then when you go into the store, they would jack up the price of a couch from like $100 to $800. Get that voucher. Goodwill's a joke.
Oh man, don't tell me now. You know, cause I live life. You know, from my life, I was in the military. I've been in a lot of different situations and everything, and life now is so great and so wonderful to me. You know, and I want to give back. I have to give back.
Hey, you're better off going and giving them clothes to a church. To your local church.
I have to give back, you know, and we all should give back, you know.
Do you ever bring your wife with you?
No, I have to. She want to come with me. Since I just started driving, I got to get go through the process of what I need to do with Swift before she can ride next to me, because I want her out here. At least
How long do you have to be with Swift to be able to have a rider with you?
6 months.
6 months, a year?
Yeah. I never even. I'm gonna tell you what.
You need to bring it with you.
I've been there for a year now. I never got into it because I was waiting. You know,
I would imagine they have a rider program.
I was just trying to get the experience. I mean, it's been an experience for me right now. This is the first time I've been driving this truck for a year, and the first time this truck has broke down on me.
What kind of truck do you have?
It's a Freightliner.
Oh,
This is the first time this truck had shut down on me that I couldn't even go nowhere. I had to call them, and they towed it in and everything right here. It's the first time.
is that a Cascadia? Cascadia?
Man, I can't tell you what it is. It's a 2013 Freightliner. That's all I know about it.
Is that a square window up on top or like the half moon window on top? The half moon one is a Cascadia.
I don't know.
That one right there.
Yeah, this one is like that right there. See, I didn't know.
What did they start with you with Swift? I mean,
I think that was in 2004. It was 29 cents.
29 cents. Wow.
29 cents. You know, they pay me.
You know what the messed up part?
You know what
about
they pay me? They pay me like. You know what? I ain't even mad. You know, if somebody tell you we gonna pay you 50 cents and then you getting paid 38 cents or 37 cents a mile, but for the experience,
You got to eat dirt the first year anyway. Any job, you go to be a bricklayer. A bricklayer, you're gonna mix cement for the first year. You know what I mean?
yeah. You
Even though you're 50 years old. No, you gotta mix cement first.
This what we have to tell our young people. We ain't gonna
I got a cousin like that that keeps
jump
be a
to the
CEO.
to the top.
He got college educated.
I say like, you know, like right now. I don't care how long it take them to fix that truck.
If you do get out of a truck, drive a truck, you got to be with a company for 6 months out of 37 months, because that's what happened to me, because I drove for 8 years, and then I got divorced, Hurricane Sandy, blah, blah, blah. I took off for 37 months, and when I went to go get back in the truck, everybody wants 6 months in a 36-month period of experience. So I pretty much had to start all over again.
Yeah, because you hadn't been drove for
36
2 or 3 years.
Yeah. So even if you're out of a truck, drive a dump truck for 6 months just to keep your record up.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Start from the bottom again.
Even though I like open the road drive, I love it. But it is my wife. And I'm
You gotta bring her with you at least once to show her, because that's what happened with my ex. She thought I was out having a grand old time. Then she would want to call me. I'm like, baby, I gotta go. I'm in a blizzard. Oh, you gotta go now. You can't talk to me. So I brought her out with me, right? Yo, we were in like a monsoon. The rain was it was gray. I'm like, this is when you call me with some bullshit. You know what I mean? You want to talk about your feelings right about now.
I get it.
Like, you want to do this now?
Hey, I can't talk to you right now. I put that phone down because then I got to pay
That's what I
attention
mean.
to what's going on. But this thing getting serious right here.
Yeah, you got to bring her out at least once.
It's a wonderful thing, man. It's a wonderful thing.
What was the biggest adjustment for you in trucking?
The biggest adjustment for me?
Yeah. That was
not being at home like I was used to.
Take a crap when you want to.
And then and not being at home. But see, being I was a soldier, I was always used to being away from home, away from my wife.
So that part wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't that big of a deal. But now that I done got a little bit more older, I want to be home a little bit more. That's the thing. I'm a little older. And this is the time that we supposed to cherish and hold on to each other. Because, hey, when you're young, you're wild and frivolous and stuff. Hey, boy, man, I'm with you, man. I'm almost 60 years old, man. I need to be holding my wife. I want to cherish every moment that we have left on this earth.
My first 8 months was hell, man. I cried my eyes out like a baby.
Not being away?
But I deal with it, I deal with it, but I ain't gonna tell you, I'm just like any other man, I ain't going out there. With no other woman. Man, it ain't what
you do need a good woman.
My life mean more to me than that.
You see, in my case, I was surrounded, before I became a truck driver, I was surrounded by hundreds of people. I mean, we were close knit, and when I went to trucking, I found myself
solitude,
surrounded by millions of people I don't know and I don't talk to, and I was never been so alone in my life until I drove trucks. And but the longer I stayed in it, the more I hated it, but the more I depended on it. And I find myself unable to leave.
You can like me, like the same way what you saying right now. I probably won't say nothing to anyone unless they started talking to me. Then I started talking to them.
Yeah. A lot of drivers now, a lot of people don't want to talk to them.
Because the way things is today, you know what? Back in the day, truck drivers used to always talk to each other on the CB radios and everything. Now we have GPS. We depend on the GPS to take us where we have to go at. But sometimes that GPS doesn't work, so we got to revert back. We got to go back to talking to the people on the CB, because they done been out there and doing this thing for a whole lot of years. So we got to break away from. We got to get that connection.
You can't put it back in the box anymore.
Except for the first year. I don't think you should have a GPS for the first year. You should have to learn how to read a map and read signs.
Yeah, I know how to read a map because I'm from the military. So I know up and down and left and right.
I'm just saying, like,
north,
looking for
south,
like little
east,
signs, like no trucks, like a little tiny sign like this big, way over there.
Yeah,
you have to be able to notice that shit. You just can't look at that GPS and be like, turn left. You gotta notice 13.6. You gotta 11.4.
You gotta know. If that sign way back there telling you can't go on that bridge, you can't go on that bridge.
Yeah.
That damn
got
bridge
5
is
miles.
12. That bridge, if you got to go under that bridge and it say 12 feet, you need to turn off right here and go around, come back on the other side. Like that.
What's the number one aspect in trucking you don't like?
Being where I'm sitting at right now.
Yeah, and going to the driver's lounge and the TV don't work.
Good canoes or bad canoes?
Yeah, you're gonna need a hotel. I gotta order parts for it.
You got a parts department right here, don't you?
I know, but they don't have the parts you need.
Well, you got a couple of hundred trucks out here. You could just take the part out of there and put it in his.
Yeah, we call that, back when I was in the military, we call that
cannibalizing.
Regifting?
What you say?
Cannibalizing.
Cannibalizing.
Yeah.
Back in the military, we used to take a part off of one vehicle and put it on another vehicle just to get that running. That they call it cannibalizing. Yeah.
Yeah, he said the harness shorted out, and that's what's causing it not to do nothing. As far as the parts market period ain't working.
Now, is he allowed to get a 5-star hotel or just a Motel 6?
Not even Motel 4.
What motel? Which one can I get?
We get like Quintas. You got like Quinta over there?
Girls roaming around. Which hotel had the girls roaming around?
Look.
No, I don't.
That's why I'm thinking you want to go to the Fort Wayne one. There ain't nothing around this one.
No, they'll probably send me back over to the terminal.
So, what about me? You think Swift gonna send me to the $50 one?
Oh yeah.
Swift gonna make you sleep in the
Swift
truck.
definitely gonna send you the $50.
Oh,
He's gonna sleep in the truck in the shop.
Well, the Holiday Inn up here is 109, I think, a night. But they say there's nothing around and nowhere to walk to eat or nothing.
no, I'd rather go down there.
Or at least the one in Fort Wayne, there's everything around it. It actually used to be one of the nicest hotels in Fort Wayne. I'm assuming it still is.
So when they'll come back and pick me up and bring me back down here.
Yeah.
When the truck is done.
Yep. They'll come get you in the morning.
So how far away you got to order parts from?
They said the parts won't be here till tomorrow.
AM, PM?
They're usually here by like 10, 11.
So you saying, I'm just talking about my truck. So you were saying I might be back on the road by what Thursday morning?
Yeah. I mean, they should probably get you done, I would think, sometime.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I mean, it's still the first process in it.
Yeah.
They put that piece on. I mean, there could be something else wrong. That's the bad thing about the that DF. You just, when it says the part's failed, you have to replace it.
Yeah.
Now, what other else it took out when it quits working? That's the problem.
Yeah, because you know what? I had drove it like 100 miles before it just, so completely quit.
Yeah.
And they was telling me to keep on driving it.
That's
They
the thing.
told
It'll
me.
take a lot of stuff out when you keep driving them like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why would Swift told me to just keep on driving it till it quit. Keep on driving it. They wanted me to drive it all the way back up to Gary, Indiana. I would have never made it to Gary, Indiana.
No, you weren't far from going 10 miles an hour.
Shit,
You hit the pedal and you're like, nothing happened, but just barely coast.
yeah. They was telling
What was wrong? What's wrong with your truck?
the DEF.
Oh, yeah.
They was telling me, Swift was telling me to drive it back up to Gary, Indiana.
Is that where your
Indiana.
terminal is?
Huh?
Oh, you guys got a terminal up there?
Yeah, they have a terminal up there. The terminal from here is like almost 200 miles, 170 miles.
Yeah.
That truck wouldn't last. With happening, I was like 50 miles from this Freightliner
Yeah.
dealer. I made it 30 miles.
Now in Georgia, is your terminal in Georgia, or do you got to go all the way to Gary for the terminal?
No, they have a terminal in Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta? Okay.
Yeah, but I live in Savannah.
I
It's
see.
like 160 miles.
So you got to drive your vehicle up there?
No, they let me drive home.
Oh, I
They
see.
usually what they do when I get over there, they give me a load to
Past the house. Yeah.
and I will only be like 20 or 30 miles
I
from
see.
Savannah. They give me a load. They usually give me a load to Midway, Georgia, and then I will only be like 25 or 30 miles from
Okay.
home.
How long do you stay out before you go home?
I usually stay out 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah, I've been out 4 weeks right now.
How long do you stay in, go home for?
4 days.
4 days, so 1 day a week?
Well, I just took, I do it because this is my experience for being a new truck driver. So that's what I did. I stay out for 4 weeks, and I go home for 4 days.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That they treat you right over there right now?
I'm satisfied. I'm really satisfied. I'm really satisfied. I'm ready to go home now. The truck broke down on me on my day. They had gave me a load.
There's my truck.
ADL?
Yeah.
Okay.
We only got 4 trucks. Very small company. I like it. I love it.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
you have to complain. I mean,
The smaller the
look at your
better.
hands. Look at your hands. Are they clean? You have no dirt on your fingernails?
No.
All you got to do is go and hook up and disconnect. That's all we have to do, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Majority of the time, you just drop and hook. The only problem we have is when we got to take a load somewhere when it take 2 or 3 or 4 hours to unload the truck.
Yeah.
That's when we got problems. But other than that,
Clean
our hands don't get dirty. Look how clean your hands are.
No, I wouldn't lick it.
I know that. But I'm saying, you get your hand. Can you ask for anything more?
No.
God is a good God.
God is good. Yeah, that's right.
God is a good God. And we have to say, thank you, Lord.
I do every day.
Probably one day passing your day life, your hands used to be clean and hard and dirty with a shovel in your hand. You had a shovel in your hand one time?
Yeah.
I had a shovel in my hand. But I love that job too.
Yeah, I'm not a shoveling man. I'm a creature of comfort.
Creature of comfort. Yeah, but I love that job too. I love that job too.
I love my air conditioning too much.
Hey, and I love the heat in that truck in the winter.
Exactly.
I love that heat in that truck all this winter.
I even bought me a heating pad that goes under on your mattress. Yeah,
I ain't had no problem with that because my wife, she knitted me an Afghan. I got that and everything. But the other thing I got in my truck, I got one of them little things that you heat up your food in.
Yeah.
So I ain't got to get out the truck. You know, I put that thing. You know, they got the little thing, look like a little lunch box.
Yeah, yeah.
You buy from
TA
or
Loves.
Yeah, whatever. You plug it up, put the thing in there, heat the food up, eat. And I buy that little snacks at a Walmart or stuff. What I buy?
TV dinners or?
Yeah, I buy the TV dinners. And I put it in there and let it stay in there about 30 minutes, and it's ready to go.
You don't have a microwave in your truck?
No.
No.
No, I gotta get. It take one of them big old transformers. Them goddamn transformer cost about $200 to get a microwave.
So Swift doesn't have inverters in their truck?
No.
No.
No. I have an inverter that run the TV and my DVD.
Yeah.
And then
so you have like a 800 watt or something, or smaller?
Yeah, it's smaller than that. But it runs my TV and run the DVD and charge up my phone and everything.
Yeah.
And then I got that little cooker thing I told you about. It just plugged right into it. It plugged right up into the lighter.
The cigarette lighter, yeah.
Yeah, and it gets hot. It gets hot. That water gets so hot it'll scald you.
Yeah. I used to have a mail pouch, but you plug it in, it heats up. I usually put a big can of Campbell soup in there.
Yeah.
And leave it in there for like 2 hours, and it's all nice and.
Man, this don't even take 2 hours. The one that they have now, it don't even take. It take about 30 minutes, and it's just ready to eat.
Yeah.
It's ready to eat. You know, it works. Either I can warm it up in the microwave if I go to the truck stop, or I can just put it in there and be driving down the road, and then when I stop where I want to stop at, it's ready to eat.
Yeah.
Eat it right then and there.
Now, are you kind of looking for other company to work in the future, or you plan to stay with Swift?
I live in Savannah.
So what's around that area?
It's a port city.
Ah.
It's a port city, and
There's a lot of containers.
Ships come in and out.
A lot of containers there.
Yes. So I wanna stay where I'm at for another year.
Yeah, get the experience.
Yes, and then I can venture out, and cause it's a lot of opportunity in Savannah because they're deep in the harbor. They're deep in the harbor where the ships come in, so it's gonna be bigger ships coming in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll be stuff opening up and stuff. So,
I see.
so
Yeah.
I won't have to stay on the road like I'm on the road now. But I love the road. I love it. I love it. I love it. My wife don't like it, but I love it. My wife doesn't like it. I love it. You know, I like going to see different things.
Well, where do you fuel most of the time? What truck stop?
They ask us to fuel at Petro and Loves. And,
Petro and TAs?
TA.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't want, I don't know. The guy, he told me that the people at that Swift fell out with they fell out with
Flying J and Pilot?
Flying J and Pilot and stuff. If I'm out somewhere and that's the only truck stop that I got to go, it's only about 1 or 2 times I done fueled up at a Flying J and a Pilot. I've been working for them for a year. It's only been 2 times
That you were forced to fuel up at the Flying J? Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy told me, he said it was something happened between Swift and the Flying J and Pilot. So anytime, like right now, the load I'm on right now, I got to fill up at Loves. That's all it is. Loves, Petro, TA. That's it.
Yeah. I started trucking in 1991, and ever since I've always used the TA, and then the TA and the Petro became one. So I've been using that for the whole time I've been driving, but recently when I work for this company now, they strictly fuel at the J and the Pilot. So right now I have over $200 of points at the TA, and it's just sitting there. Well, I haven't.
You don't have nothing you want to get from
No, I just don't want to.
Yeah, you wait till Christmas time. Wait till Christmas time and buy you some Christmas present.
Well, I was actually planning to.
Yeah, because I let it build up till I had got it, till I can buy that little pot. I wanted that little pot and stuff, because I use it all the time and stuff. I'm trying to build up my points now to get this other little cooker that they have at TA. It's a digital cooker, so you can turn it off and turn it on, hook it up, turn it off, turn it on. And you just put the little aluminum foil pan and put stuff in there and let it go. That's what I'm doing.
My wife's been expressing that she wants to go trucking with me this summer.
Yeah,
and
my wife too. I got this.
So that's one of the reasons why I didn't cash out my points, because I want to be able to give that points to her. And
hey, cause you know she gonna want to sleep in a room. She ain't gonna want to sleep in that truck like you sleep in the truck.
Well, she doesn't
my
want
wife
it.
want to do the same thing. I said, my wife ain't. I know she not gonna want to eat the same thing that I eat in that truck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They not gonna want to do it. They gonna want you and me to stop at Red Lobster.
Perkins
I don't know where she gonna want me to stop at. But I know she not gonna eat the same thing. She ain't
gonna eat Campbell's soup in the truck.
She ain't gonna eat. Yeah. And she ain't gonna want to sleep in that damn truck either. I know my wife.
I'm saving my points so I can give that to my wife.
Yeah.
Kind of like